Welcome to Lumber and Lures. This is the last log I have that was cut 2 years ago. I'm getting the bark off these guys, turning them into squares, cants as you call them, just to let them dry because they're going to be part of the building here next spring. So I'm cutting them oversized, that way I'll throw them on the mill here next spring. They'll twist all winter long and do their thing, and then I can smooth them out, tune them up, and then they'll go into a post and beam building. So hang with me today. This is the last log we're cutting of this batch today. Got some more pine coming in for the new year, so it's going to be really good. Join us. I find that if I want to make an 8x8, I'll cut it either a 10x10. I like to cut 10x10s because then you can do anything with them after they've sit for a while, because they do twist and do their thing. I found with this woodland mill, if you're not careful, you can get wavy wood. You just got to make sure your blade is sharp, you don't go too fast. And then I'll take that rough 10x10 and I'll make an 8x8 out of it, and, or boards or what have you. It'll all be good. And sets up the rig. That little knob on them.
Yes.
And as you turn the knob, it'll rev up, or you grab the knob like that, press the black button, you can pull it out and let it go. That's what I'm getting on this thing.
Okay.
This is a very cheesy, cheap, really, piece of garbage, to be honest with you. There's a lot of things about this mill I really love, and there's a few things I really don't like at all. But I'm not going to get into that. It's doing a good job. Brand new blade, first cut. This thing had just a little more horsepower. difference, I'm thinking. Pretty flat. What do you think, bud?
Looks good to me.
Have a look down there. Doesn't look wavy or nothing. It's pretty darn good, I'm thinking. That's the one thing I noticed about this mill. As soon as your blade starts showing any kind of dull, it starts going wavy right away. Couple little additions. I put them over the stoppers. Makes rolling the log a whole lot easier. To say the least. That ABS pipe I'm putting over the stoppers right now, I've seen that on another fella's YouTube channel. Fella out of Oregon, I think he's from Oregon. A mill just like mine, and he's got a 20-foot bed though. I'm gorgeous, nice. He's got a really nice setup. But I've seen this trick, and I adopted it right away because it is a back saver. One day there'll be a winch right here on an arm, and I'll just be able to winch it. Okay, let's roll this baby. Before I finish rolling it, I'm gonna move it down just a little towards the blade. A little bit too far this way. Come on. There you go. All in all, it's a damn good mill for the money. Guys just got to realize that it's not a Wood Miser LT70 or a 50 or a 40. For the money, can't beat it. This is what we call first cut slabs in Alberta. Some farmers like to use it for fencing. I generally sell it for firewood. It goes pretty quick. I usually wait till I got 3 or 4 bundles, and usually a guy takes all of them. So pretty good deal for me. Pays for my gas for my hobby, and maybe a blade or two. Okay, now how about up and down? So the taper of the log dictates how much waste you have. Anybody that has a mill knows what I'm talking about. But you can see the back end of that log is much wider than the front end. I have to bring up the front end, half of which the measurement, the difference of the two ends. So I'm going to do the two ends, and I'll show you how I do that. I used to use a tape measure, but now I just use the mill. Works pretty good. I'll fire up the mill and I'll measure with the blade. I learned to use this technique for your toe boards with my LT50 that I had a few years back. It had a toe board on each end. It was a totally hydraulic mill, and I learned to use the blade just as good as the tape, and away you go. What I do, I go down and I measure the fat end from the bed with the blade. What I do is I lower the blade. That end from the bed of the mill is 18 3/4 inches plus minus. Okay? Now I'll go down and measure the skinny end. I gotta bring this end up 1.5 inches, maybe a little better, 1 3/4 inches. And then the taper will be even on the chest. So 1.5 inches coming up on this end. Measure it. There we go, infinite. Like I said, this mill, for the money, you cannot beat it. It's well built, made in Canada. Let's say assembled in Canada, because a good majority of the parts on this thing come from China. There's no denying that. But it's very well built. And a Wood Miser LT50 it is not, but I don't have $80,000 for a hobby. And I don't know many guys who do. Well, that's the last of my logs from the Peace Country. They were graciously given to me by a good friend of mine up there when he found out I was going to play with the mill again. And I got a couple loads out of them there, and they're just fine. Like I say, they were cut a couple of years ago. They're on the verge of starting to get wormy, so I made them into cants and let them sit the winter, and they'll be good for a building project for sure. Thanks for joining me today. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Talk to you after.
Next time on Lumber and Lures.
All right, this has got me a little concerned. What I'm looking at here right now is 150 yards from my cabin. I think we're going to win this battle. Fire's getting closer, guys. Take you down there. It's right there. Come over from this side.